a freeze, Danny Nopert. And his opponent, with 37 PDC major titles to his name, a multiple World Grand Prix, Premier League and World Match Play champion, and a 3-time champion of the world, mighty Michael and Gerwen.
Three more games to come for you. Mighty Michael van Gerwen back in action on the European Tour and back winning titles as of last weekend, picking up the Nordic Darts Masters with the World Series resuming. And look what a win does to a man. He took care of Rob Cross yesterday with 100 average. Has normal service now been resumed for MVG? If it has, then this is his title to lose. But the landscape of darts has changed a little over the last couple of years. While MVG has faltered, other players have stepped up and become the players to beat. Peter Snakebite Wright and Gerwin Price, the prime two. Now Snakebite was removed from the tournament with some brilliance from Callan Rids yesterday, but the Iceman is still here and he awaits in the quarterfinals. It's going to be a Dutchman he faces, but will it be MVG, the number 4 seed, a 32-time winner on the European Tour? Or will it be Danny Nopert, a man still chasing his first Euro Tour title, a man astonishingly, he only has one PDC ranking title to his name, but he impressed me in his 6-2 win over Andreas Harrison yesterday.
Game on.
It is a double Dutch encounter, Paul Nicholson alongside me for Van Gerwen and Nopert.
One of the two finals that Danny has had in PDC darts has been against MVG as well. That did not go too well, but it did get him in the Grand Slam.
Yeah, the World Series finals, where he came through an astonishing game with Ian White. Survived a whole load of match darts and a massive comeback, and then
96.
It was almost like he was surprised to have got that far, and Michael van Gerwen just gave him an absolute toweling 11-2.
Really good signings for Danny. Scoring very reminiscent of what Whitlock was doing earlier.
Well, he did score very well against Andreas Harrison. The average in the end was sort of 95, but he missed a lot of darts at double, particularly in the early part of the game.
Yes, 13 misses in a best-of-11 match. That tells a story, but he's not missing much here.
145.
An assault on Michael van Gerwen start in this best-of-11 encounter here.
Well, the best leg of the weekend so far.
36. He's shown the first leg, Danny Nopert.
Well. 10-dart leg. Danny Nopert breaks the MVG throw and lays down a bit of a marker.
I just love watching the little bits of mental jousting.
Second leg, Danny to
Quick change of wardrobe for the monkey.
Game.
He's now in MVG green. But Danny mistakenly went to the left table, then realised how to walk across MVG, and there was a little look from Michael as if to say, So it's going to be like, this is it.
97.
Sometimes when you draw the line in the sand and you say, you know, I'm going to break you in like one, that is stoking the fire of someone like this. There you go.
190.
I'm not saying he has to maintain a 138 average at this very early stage, but I do get the feeling that Danny's going to have to average in 3 figures to win this match.
He's certainly going to have to be close, isn't he? I just don't believe that MVG is going to have one of those really poor games. And look, he's had plenty of them by his own ridiculous standards. I mean, go back to last year on the Euro Tour. There was some bilge being thrown by Michael van Gerwen to the point where I was genuinely questioning whether we would see him get anywhere near his normal standards.
140.
Curiously enough, I've looked back at their previous meetings, and you'll probably know this already, but a lot of our viewers will not. They've met 6 times, and there's never been a ton plus average in any of their games. Curious. I find that really curious.
Well, maybe that's about to change. I mean, there's been a lot of sort of mid-90s stuff, hasn't there? But you expect 6 games involving Michael van Gerwen, you're expecting some ton plus there.
We're talking over the course of 3 years as well.
55.
Nice leave after 12. To respond immediately. And as they say, it's not a break unless you get the hold after that. And you wouldn't expect Danny to get the hold from this position.
100. Michael Leeuwenhoek, 32.
Oh.
He's on the second leg.
No panic. Just pins the single 9 and goes to the double 8.
Third leg, Michael, to
break
Roy
straight
first.
back.
Game
That
on.
was a Clive Dunn then. Don't panic, don't panic.
Okay. Dad's Army reference for you there, kids.
100.
It was a show back in the day, don't worry.
It's very funny. I quoted Fraser yesterday because one of the players was doomed. I don't remember which player it was. But that, in the words of Baldrick and Blackadder, is a cunning plan.
Well, we have got
140.
a proper challenge to MVG here.
You can say what you like about Danny. He's had a lot of stuff going on away from the hockey lately, but physically and
96.
darts-wise, he's going to be fresh. He's already shown us this weekend that he's sharp. He's obviously been putting in the work on the board. Does a lot of work. Keeping himself fit.
140.
I think at this point in your life, when you've had a bit of tragedy, you can use the dartboard as a bit of therapy. It will take your mind off everything for at least a period of 30 minutes. And there's no pressure on him in this game.
130.
Nobody expects Michael to beat him. But Danny's got position in leg 3
53.
for a third break of
Usual
throwing this match.
95.
Now, could look at the bullseye first dart. Is he going treble 19? That leaves the double.
He's on the third
Well, on
leg.
MVG's throw, Danny Nopert has won the legs in
Fourth leg,
10
Danny
and
to
11
Roy
darts.
Game on.
Wow. That is how you break through, folks. That is how you do it. It doesn't get much better than that.
57.
Now, through Michael van Gerwen's career, we have seen ridiculous short bursts.
140.
Very rarely have we seen someone go 10-11 on someone's throw twice. I've got a Van Gerwen fan out there, of which there are plenty around the world. Just wonder what he's going to come up with by the end of the year. Is he going to get another big ranked title? Because he's not world number 1 anymore. He's not even world number 2.
93.
Is the pressure elsewhere going into the World Championship this year? Is it levelled on Peter Wright? Because he's the one defending the 500,000. Can MVG find some freedom in that?
140.
I'm not going to crack into a song about high hopes.
Well, turns out there is a goal.
101.
Greatest of all time. That's up for debate. One of the greatest. Hasn't quite eclipsed Phil Taylor yet. I think even he would admit that. He's only 13 short of the amount of world titles that Phil got, so there's your argument gone. Danny on 263 is taking his time. He's not going to be rushed here. We've got a clash of different styles and it didn't work out in the end anyway.
167.
Did the maths, figured it out, picked his target, missed it. VG will set that up
131.
very nicely. So looking like another breaker throw here.
Yeah, that's really good.
131.
Equalises in a game and beat the score. 9-9. Oh, Danny. Someone's just offered you a present.
Danny, you require 56.
Does love double top Danny Nopert. It's his go-to double.
Here's your call for Danny Nopert.
He's going for it all right. He's not going to be a shrinking violet here, Danny Nopert. I think he fancies his opportunity.
Well, I think that's half the battle, you know. Like,
96.
we've seen it so many times where a dominant figure, you know, one of the real great ones, whether it be Barney or MVG or Phil Taylor, they have that hold over players because they are legends. They're often they're idols. You know, Ryan Searle has talked about it with Gary Anderson when he first turned up. Nathan Aspinall said the same about Gary.
99.
But particularly when there's something as well, when it's your countrymen as well, a country like the Netherlands, where Michael van Gerwen is credited with saving darts in the Netherlands. The TV companies were losing interest. They were starting to scale back their coverage of the big events. They weren't going to show everything, which they really got into with Barney. Barney put it on the map in the Netherlands. Michael van Gerwen saved it, because that's when MVG started winning. And so his shadow looms across the entire landscape of Dutch darts. And somebody like Danny Nopert to go up there and believe that you can go toe-to-toe with him, it's a big thing for him, and he has been annihilated by MVG on more than one occasion. But here, he's not standing for it. Good
Have
to
to
see.
be defiant, Dan.
Yeah.
81.
Well, you know better than most. I mean, you didn't pay Phil Taylor a great deal of respect in many of your
Absolutely not.
contests with him.
Not at all. 11 for Bull.
Oh,
He had a chance, it just died to the right at the end.
89.
And Gerwen is very fortunate to have this opportunity.
73.
Doubles in this match have
Danny,
been
requires
hugely
25.
costly for MVG. Every time he has missed, Danny has taken it.
only just. Well, that's it. It's a 14 darter. Look, Michael van Gerwen is missing doubles, but part of the reason he's missing doubles is that Danny Nopert is right up behind him and putting pressure on Michael van Gerwen, and it is relentless. MVG is averaging almost 120 in the first 9, and Nopert is right there with
100.
him. If MVG plays like this normally, people just fall. They crumble out of the way of him.
134.
He has a personal best average, Danny Nopert, of 110.3. That one was in a Players' Championship this year. So that tells us that he is in the kind of recent form to worry those kinds of stats. But he's winning the battles right now.
57.
He's got MVG exactly where he wants him. That is the stat. The 80% compared to Michael's 17. That's where this match has been won and lost.
83.
So far, anyway.
Mm-hmm. And look, it didn't need to be that good. You know, checkouts of 36 in one dart. Could have had a couple more, wouldn't have made any difference. 95 in 2 darts. Could have had another one, wouldn't have made a difference. Same with the 56 and the 25. He's just going first dart pretty much every time. The only dart he's missed is one at the ball.
96.
He's got a bit of everything, this. The scoring, the finishing, the attitude.
134.
Might
You
be
require
thinking it's going to be
122.
MVG against Price in the next round. They might be thinking again. Because here we go once again. 777. Oh, that's the third time today someone's missed 777 on 122.
Tops this time. And it's there. Van Gerwen hits back.
No panic in that shot.
Seven black Michael, who's
Measured.
throw first. Game on.
No reaction. Just back to the hockey and back to work, and another break of throw.
96.
It's been a long time since Michael van Gerwen won a Euro Tour. Austria. Graz, the last time we were there. The man who holds the green jacket right now.
100.
Yeah, we do have the Women's Series available on the other channel on PDC TV, if that's where you're watching this. But you can get on Dart Connect and keep an eye on it if you want to keep abreast of what's going on. There has been some pretty impressive stuff. A lot of it from Fallon Sherrick. But Lisa Ashton,
59.
her main rival over this opening weekend of Women's Series action.
93.
Fallon Sherrick, another average in the 90s in her last 32 win in the latest event.
Interesting that there hasn't been much Dutch influence on that Women's Series.
140.
Disappointing, to be honest, but
59.
certainly could be a lot of Dutch influence on this particular tournament.
Say that again.
One of them guaranteed in the quarterfinals here, and whoever comes through this game is going to have to have played magnificently. As at the moment,
100.
Michael van Gerwen is having to run full pelt just to stick with Danny Nopert. How about this? How about this? Oh, it is proper stuff from Michael van Gerwen. The 160 checkout. Pulled out the bag when he really, really needs it. He needs more, though.
14-15. A good response
58.
after a three-leg blitz from Danny Nopert, who went 11-17-14.
45.
All too often in this match, Michael's just found something, then it's been halted by a score like that, which has frustrated him.
The thing is, if he has a score like that in most games, you can get away with that because the other ones are so good. You know, he's still averaging 100 here.
100.
It's good from MVG, but Nopert has been so brilliant all the way through this that if you make one mistake, you are going to get hurt.
There is a way to beat Michael. Not that I'd know a great deal about
99.
that. Beat him a few times, but I'm always reminded of that Grand Slam final with Raymond, where he got the lead, kept the lead. All the way through the later stages of that match, he just kept palming him off.
Yeah, you just can't. Look, it says it himself. You can't make any mistakes. That's it. Because he will hurt you. He'll hurt you even when you don't make a mistake. If you give him another opportunity, he's going to win legs from you.
But if you can get that gap of 2, or even 3, just keep that gap there.
Well, Danny Nopert did have a 3-leg gap.
58.
But is he wilting under this assault from MVG? A 14 darter and a 15 darter, but the 160 must have felt like a right kick to the guts. Because Noppy was on a 1-treble combo finish for a 5-2 lead, and it might have been game over. It's never game over with MVG. Not the proper MVG. Different from the MVG we've seen for the last 2 years.
You could be seeing the biggest moment of the match right here.
145.
Danny's come brilliantly to the top, so this is
132.
Michael's favourite finish. Oh my God, what a dart this would be. Oh, it's close.
107.
Almost mimics what he
And you
did to win his
record
first
40.
Premier League. But Nopert can palm off.
Massive.
It's a huge dart.
I think Michael to throw first. Game.
Noppert's turn to celebrate as he moves himself a leg away from victory. It would be only his second win ever against MVG and his first on a big stage.
Gotta say, Dan, those two guides were pretty juicy, right? It's not as if they were bad guides. Both of them were good, and you put them together, that double grows in size.
140.
Still got to give it a chance to get there under pressure.
What I mean by it growing in size, it doesn't literally grow in size.
34.
You can afford to miss the double with a pure dart, but the darts that are already there will help it in. It's almost like...
I mean, your target does get bigger. You know, you throw it just straight in the double, but also if you're a little bit high, those darts can rescue it. And
But you said it well.
100.
If you're short, it's never in. But if you're high, it's still got a chance.
Yeah, and you've got to give it a chance. How often do you see great marker, and they drag the last one low? Because the pressure does build. It's the beauty of this sport.
That's what they say in golf as well, with the way that some people putt. If it's short of the hole, it's never in. If it's past the hole, it's still got a chance.
Danny Nopert still has a chance in this leg. It is a third 180 to leave him on a 2-dart checkout. Van Gerwen going double-double. Is that in? It is.
54.
But that one isn't. And Michael Van Gerwen has been very, very good this afternoon. But he might not be good enough to beat Danny Nopert. 12 segment. Double 13.
Oh. 55.
Match start miss. Will he
Michael,
get
you
more?
require 40.
I think he may have been mimicking how he felt about the gap between the double 13 and the shot there. He wasn't calling himself a loser, because he can still be a winner if he holds right here. But Michael has dodged one so far. He's taken a shot at missing the match start, but has started well on his throw here. Michael has got to go full throttle.
96.
Doesn't matter what happens over the next 2, 3, 4 minutes. These two have put on a show here in Gibraltar. It has been brilliant. Peter Wright averaged 108 in defeat to a stunning
58.
Callan Ridds yesterday. But to be honest, that was a match where Callan Ridds just looked unbeatable. This one is at the ebbs and flows. There may be more to come. MVG is digging in here.
Thinking the 140 has got to get in there.
100.
He's short, didn't give it a chance. Just a bit shouldery and a bit tense. 132 again.
133.
How much would you give for a maximum here?
Oh, it's not a bad start.
Don't leave it short. Give it some welly.
100.
Well,
Michael, you
this time it
require
wasn't about a third dart, but it
32.
didn't penetrate the lipstick. Oh. Oh, he's done it this time. What a shot! He had a practice on it earlier. Had a better lie this time. Didn't have to move. He was in rhythm, and he's now the favourite.
Final leg, Michael,
Look what a win does to a man. Mighty Michael Van Gerwen has been in the doldrums at times. He's looked at times over the last year and a half like he doesn't know how to win games of darts, like he's forgotten how to do it. Yes, he was getting better and better, but he was finding ways of losing. Go and watch his games with Simon Whitlock throughout the last year or so. And then compare that to how he turned things around against Fallon Sherrick last weekend and what he's doing just to be in contention in this game with Danny Nopert.
What a game.
140.
Sorry to say it, Danny. Got to do it again. Because it looks like MVG might be taking this leg in 12 if you don't take it. Well, Michael has the luxury now, potentially,
100.
taking it in 15. Does he? Got to go 18s.
57.
Well, that's the one slack visit Does Danny Nopert step all over it?
Oh.
78. Michael, you have 164.
Second dart was incredible. Third dart was not.
Danny Nopert will get a look at the 1-4. He's already missed a match dart.
Danny, you require 144.
But he might have to take out this enormous combo finish if he's to get another. And it's not going to happen. And Michael van Gerwen is on the verge of completing an astonishing comeback against a man whose average has never dropped below 100 in this entire match. MVG wants double 9.
Wow! This game is delivering so much. And Danny is not hesitant. Match dart 3. Double 3.
Wow! This game has literally everything and it's amazing.
Michael, you require
It's the perfect
18.
game. They've been absolutely incredible all match. MVG pulls off a brilliant comeback. They both miss match darts, and Van Gerwen somehow gets through. He's been missing a lot of stuff over the last couple of years, but we saw some of the brilliance that had been absent, and we saw a little bit of the fortune that perhaps he'd been missing out on as well. An astonishing game of darts, a brilliant, brilliant clash of two of the top Dutchmen on the planet. Danny Nopert will be devastated to have played so well and not come away with the victory in a